the extent of what I went to remove this thing, and for good reason, guys. Look at that buildup. No wonder I was hearing some pretty bad noises. Alright guys, today we are doing a rear pinion shaft, no, pinion seal I should say. As you guys can see, we have disconnected our drive shaft here, hanging it to the side right now, and it's these right here, they're 12mm 12-point bolts, so I had to pick up a new piece because I don't have a 12-piece ratchet or socket, I mean. Yeah, we took those 4 out right now, hit it with the hammer to dislocate it off of the flange here, and put it to the side. And now we're gonna go ahead and focus on this bit over here. We need to mark it right now where it's at because we need to put it in that same exact spot once again before you know, we start taking more things off. But that's where we're at right now, and I think this is one of the more crucial steps here, so we're gonna take our time with this. So the one thing I wish I did a little bit differently was marking the axle nut better. You can see I drew a white line on the nut and the flange itself. Now that's going to help us a little bit, but the depth is the more important information that we need to know. I wish I got a tape measure and just took a picture of it right then and there, guys. Would have saved me from second guessing myself afterwards. But of course we did fix it, guys. The leak did stop leaking, so there's that. Also, that is a 28mm side 6-sided axle nut. I had to order a deep socket one for that to fit. Next up, I got this puller from Harbor Freight. This thing was like 20 bucks. I imagine you're gonna need this to pull out that flange because that thing is on there and pretty stuck, but with an impact gun and a couple of love taps with the hammer should make easy work of it. Don't forget to have that catch can underneath to catch all that fluid. I mean, there better be diff fluid coming out. Now, the best way online I saw to remove the old pinion seal is to basically break it with a flathead and a hammer, and that's exactly what I did. You hit it until it loses its shape and it should pop out easily. Check out all the existing stuff in there. Make sure to clean and lubricate as necessary. When reinstalling the new pinion seal, make sure you fill up with grease the side that's going to be facing towards the housing. Fill that up with grease and then reinstall that and put everything back together, guys. That's it. It's simple, except it's not really that simple. It took me some time to do, actually. Here we have our brand new wheel hub bearing for my 2018. Let me put this down because that's heavy. As you guys can see, we got the wheel bearing hub right over here on my 2018 F-150 XL, and it's a lot easier when you have a 2-wheel drive. You don't have to worry too much about the axle nut here. But we removed the wheel, we removed my 2-inch spacer, which was a huge pain in the butt. That thing was like seized on. We removed the rotor. I removed the disc rotor plate thing, the backing plate. We removed the caliper that's over here, making sure there's no stress on the brake line. Disconnected my ABS, or no, I guess the speed sensor, I suppose. That's connected here to our, I don't know what it is, but it hooked up here right next to the air intake into this plug. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that plug right there. I removed the 4 bolts to remove the caliper. It's 2 big bolts. It's these hefty boys right over here. They're up here, one up here, and there's one down here. And then lastly, we removed the actual hub bolts themselves. They're located one here, one there, 2 here, kind of hard to reach, you have to turn the wheel, and then 3 back here where I'm pointing to. And then once you have those 4 removed, you can then try to pull out the wheel hub bearing, but I've been hammering this thing with some flatheads this whole time and blasting PB blaster this entire time here to try and set this thing off as much as I can there, because this thing is on there. Here's the replacement. This is from Ford, brand new hub. We got the ABS or speed sensor, I think, here. This part over here cost me around $340. So a lot better than a dealer, because they wanted to charge me $500 and something just for the part itself. Too much to admit, but we got the wheel hub bearing off now. If you guys could see the extent of what I went to to remove this thing, and for good reason, guys. Look at that buildup. No wonder I was hearing some pretty bad noises. Every time I turned the truck towards the passenger side, the weight of the truck would shift obviously to the opposite, which means the driver's side, and I would hear a very loud noise. Kind of sounds like you have some big tires. Well, I'll bring this light in closer, guys. Look at that, man. That junk is dirty, guys. It is dirty. Well, the knuckle, or if this is this the knuckle? Probably, but we have removed it, and good lord, guys, you can see how much I banged this thing, how much I had to bang this thing, man. That thing was on there. The other thing too, I forgot to disconnect my battery, so we might throw a code because I did unplug one of these sensors here. So it could happen, might not, I don't know, we'll see. More importantly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. I have a metal wire brush attachment for my drill, and let's just clean it up. Here we go. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. The last one, you just use your own force, I guess. Use your best judgment. You don't want to go too much. You don't want to turn a righty-tighty into a righty-loosey. I ended up snapping one of the bolts for the brake plate, so man, it kind of sucks. I hope that doesn't cause any vibration, which I think it will. Damn it. The screw? Might cause it's gonna vibrate. Man, just threw on the rotor backing plate here. As you guys saw, I snapped one of the bolts here and replaced it with this self-tapping screw. But everything else is good. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw on the rotor, put the caliper back in, realign our brake hose here, and then attach our ABS speed sensor. I'm not sure what this one is, but one of those two. And then wheel spacer, and lastly the wheel, and that's it. Should be home free. And that is all it takes to swap out the old wheel hub and bearing assembly from your two-wheel drive F-150. Overall, it's not too bad of a job. The worst of the worst is just trying to take out the old one out from the knuckle, because that thing is just cemented in place. But with enough PB Blaster, some flatheads, and hammer power, I think you'll be able to get it out. Now, I knew it was getting replaced, so I didn't mind damaging the old one. You just have to be a little careful and make sure you're hitting the right spots. Overall, not too bad. Make sure you use PB Blaster on these back bolts, as this is probably the first time you're taking it. Now, I did notice the truck has definitely gone down with all that road noise I heard out there, but we might have to do the passenger side next. I still hear a little bit of it, not as bad as first, but we're going to have to do that side as well. So stay tuned for that one, guys. And I might take off these spacers and lift, because it's causing all these steering issues. I mean, the truck only has 90,000 miles.